Okay, so today we're going to be making a risotto, but it's going to be kind of like a mix between a ratatouille and a risotto with chicken. So, let's get going. Okay, so I've already roasted off my veg. So we've got 2 courgettes in here, 1 pepper and 1 red onion, which has been rainbowed. I think you remember, if you look back on one of my videos, you'll see it. I put a little bit of balsamic vinegar over the top. Popped it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 25, pushing it. Put the balsamic over the top, rosemary, and shove it in the oven. Okay, so we've got 160 grams of arborio rice, which is risotto rice. Please make sure you get a good rice. We've got Parmesan cheese, so it's probably roughly about 100 grams of it. Okay, we got some thyme, which is about 5 grams, some oregano, which is again 5 grams, 5 grams of parsley, 5 grams of basil. We've got 4 garlic cloves, 1 leek that's been chopped up. I would probably say about 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. We've got 1 stock cube. This is a just a vegetable stock cube. About 200 grams of water put into it. Okay, and then we've got our stock, which is in here. Now, the stock I made myself, you can just use normal stock. About 700 grams of stock will do. But it's really nice, this one. So if you've got any questions, put it in the comments and I will answer it for you. Okay, and we've got some chicken as well. Okay, so what we're going to start doing is, and some corn flour just here. So what we're going to start doing is we're going to start putting on our ratatouille, really. So bring this all over here. You'll need your 2 cloves of garlic. You'll need your thyme puree, a little bit of the basil, and a little bit of the parsley. That. And that way. Oh, and we've got some sugar as well, just to take that bitterness off of the tomato. Now I'm going to put that back in there because we're going to need to have that covered. Okay, so if we pop that on there. Now my chicken is cooked, so I've cooked that for 12 to 15 minutes. I've chopped up some rosemary. I've sprinkled that over the top. I've put salt and pepper, and then that's it basically. That's all you've got. So it's just was a pack. Okay, so we're gonna obviously we've got salt and pepper as well. So just chop them up a little bit. Now obviously if you want this to be vegetarian, you can do it vegetarian, that's not a problem. So, oh, it's a new one. There we go. So pop a little bit of olive oil in there. Just going to get a knife. Okay, so pop in your leek. Because you want that to start doing first. So what I suggest is probably putting the heat down a little bit. I'll get that over here as well. Put your thyme in. And your oregano. And a tiny bit of salt. So if you're just doing this vegetarian, obviously skip the chicken, do this stage and then do the risotto and then just pop it on top. Ooh. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to put just about a teaspoon, maybe just a little bit more. Put that in there. And just thicken up your flour a little bit. So this is our garlic going in. Just do that. Don't need that big bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because it's like sticking a little bit, we'll bring this over. Going to put in a little bit of our stock just to help it. But I like a little bit of that in here. It makes it really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to thicken this up. While we're thickening this up, we're just going to have a quick little break, and then we'll pop back. All right, it's in a bit. So, just going to put our lights on so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so it's thickening up quite a lot. So we're going to pop in a little bit of our tomato. And our sugar should be here somewhere. There we go. So just pop a little bit in to start with, and we'll taste it in a sec. This is lovely. Okay, so we're going to pop a little bit of our parsley in, and a little bit of our basil in, because we want to save a little bit as well for when we're doing the other bit. Now I have got a normal onion, which is like a white onion, but that's for the risotto part of it. So I pop a little bit more of your stock in. Okay, and we're going to put the rest of our lovely tomato puree in. Now, lots of people keep saying about, are they easy to get, are stuff on the videos easy to get? If they weren't easy to get, I wouldn't put them on the video, or I would at least tell you where to get them. So, it's not always easy, I know, especially at the moment, but I work for a supermarket, so to be honest, most of the stuff that I get is actually from there, so you should be able to grab it. Okay, so pop that in, the last little bit. God, it is a scorcher today, isn't it, everybody? Blimey, me and Gary are absolutely baking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this off just for a sec. And have a taste. Now it's got just enough sugar in it, just to keep it balanced. And the lemon works well. I use both halves of the lemon. Okay, so pop that in. Give it a good mix. I'll pop that over there. Okay, and then we've got our chicken to go in. So, oh, knew there was one. Probably don't need all of that anyway. I've probably used about 4 to 5 mini fillets. I'll just use one more. Okay, so that's all cut. I'll just wash my hands. Okay, so mix it all in. That looks lovely. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to leave that to one side. So it's nicely done. I'm just going to... Okay, so I've just sorted myself out. So we've got the stock, which is basically on the go. So we'll keep that warm. And then we're going to pop in and start frying off our onions. So I've got some garlic butter here. Put a bit of that in. Put that in there. We want a little bit of olive oil as well. So you want to get your pan hot. Okay, my coquettes, it is a really, really hot day, so I'm literally just going to get some water. Okay, so I'm going to put our onions in. I'm just going to fry these off a little bit. So I'm going to put some pepper in. Well, the reason why I don't put salt in to start with is because we need to fry off our rice as well. And if you put in the salt absorbs all the liquid. So then in the end we don't get it. So that's what we need to do at the moment. Alright, so I'm just going to fry this off, so we'll come back in a second once it's all fried off. See you in a bit. Okay, so you don't want the onions to over colour. If you're wondering why my shirt looks like it's completely wet, I've just thrown some cold water over my face. Okay, so we're going to pop in our rice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this down because I don't want my rice to burn. So it should start going a bit opaque in a bit. I'm putting the last of our herbs. So this is the basil and the parsley. Now I didn't put thyme in it only because I've got thyme in the stock. So if you want to put some fresh thyme in, you can put some fresh thyme in. I love cooking a risotto. It's one of them things like when you're really de-stressed as well, or to de-stress, it's quite relaxing. Okay, so we're going to let that absorb. And then we're going to put another ladle in. Probably put 2 ladles in, just to help. Okay, so keep doing this until your rice is al dente. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. And then we'll be back. Okay, so I've just put the last ladle stock in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over here. If I can get it over there. It's a bit hot at the moment. Okay, so as I was saying, I've just put my last ladle in of stock. So that's why I've moved that away now. And I'm going to start popping our ragu on, just so that we can get it a bit heated. Okay, you can see where it's all like coming together. It's actually grown as well. So I'm going to put our cheese in. I'm saving this bit of cheese for in a bit. And then you could put different cheeses in it as well if you wanted to, as well as the Parmesan. If you wanted like a blue cheese, you could put a bit of a blue cheese in it, like dolce latte or anything like that. Or there's like a Spanish cheese, begins with T, taglioli or something, and I'll find the proper name of it later. And basically that that like just melts. So I have been salt and pepper in as I went. I'm just going to take that lid off. And what we'll do is we'll swap the risotto over to here. And we'll swap that over to there. So I'm going to get this. Move this over here. Bit of pepper. And a bit of salt. Okay, so I've got that there. My risotto's doing well. Bring this over. Okay, so give your risotto one more taste. Just right. Okay, so we're going to turn this off and we're going to give it just a minute just to settle. Okay, so your risotto shouldn't be too loose, but it shouldn't be too tight either. It should kind of just spread out just slowly. So the risotto is holding its shape, which is lovely. So I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to put this loveliness just in the middle there. And as well, if you've got a little bit left over, you can always use it the next day for something else. Okay, there you go. There is your crossover ratatouille risotto. Alright, well thank you very much for watching my croquettes. So please like, please share, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.